In the aftermath of World War I, a humiliated Germany is forced to accept the Allies' terms. The Treaty of Versailles reduces the German army to just 100,000 men and bans it from having any tanks or aircraft. But development of both machines continues in secret. Then, in 1933, Hitler comes to power. He expands the army to 500,000 men, continues with tank production, and creates a new air force. Hitler wants Germany to become the most powerful nation in Europe. But the latest weapons are not enough. He needs a way of defeating superior numbers as quickly as possible.
Germany has always carried out quick wars. This is absolutely nothing new, and the reason is because they don't have enough resources for war themselves. So the theory is, get your victory quickly and decisively, and then you don't get drawn into a long war that you can't afford.
Today, hidden in a thick pine forest, lies an abandoned Nazi military complex that once led the world in weapons development. This is the former HQ for Nazi Black Ops. Over 9.5 square miles of high-tech weapons labs and firing ranges, tank works and fuel dumps. Here, Nazi scientists created the world's first ballistic missiles. And it's also here that revolutionary tank legends will be born. Tests performed here would transform Hitler's idea of how to fight a mobile ground war. Colonel Chris Wilbeck is a veteran of tank warfare in Iraq and a tank historian.
It'd be scary to get inside the mind of Hitler, but he had to have been influenced by World War I, where he was a corporal that fought on the front lines and saw the horrors of that static, linear warfare. No one wanted to have another war like World War I. So everyone was thinking about what can the tank do to restore mobility to the battlefield so that you avoid that long, drawn-out, costly war.
At Kummersdorf in early 1935, Hitler is shown the first Nazi tank, the Panzer I. These new Panzers promised unprecedented mobility on the battlefield. But there is a problem.
The Panzers that so impress Hitler are really tiny. They're 6 foot high, they're only armed with machine guns, there's 2 men in them, but very quickly they realized that these tanks are just not going to cut it in a modern war.
Between 1934 and 1939, Nazi Germany produces a series of bigger Panzers with bigger guns.
The Panzer II gets a cannon, and then the Panzer III gets a slightly bigger cannon, and the Panzer IV is a yet bigger cannon than that. So they go from, say, 5.8 tons, which is the size of the Panzer I, to 20 tons, which is the size of the Panzer IV.
In just 5 years, Hitler's Panzers quadruple in size. This Panzer fleet even spawns a new word: Blitzkrieg, lightning war.
A Panzer division is made up of 3 different arms, really. It's made up of motorized infantry, motorized mechanized artillery, and tanks as well. And the point is they're all mutually supporting. Each can help the other, and together they're a winning combination.
The key is speed. But the heavy artillery needed to take out major fortifications in their path is just too slow-moving. The solution is pinpoint aerial attacks. In 1935, the Luftwaffe introduces a new aircraft, the Junkers Ju-87. It soon becomes better known as the Stuka. Stukas can be overhead in a fraction of the time it takes heavy guns to reach the battlefield, and can put their bombs within yards of the target. The Stuka squadrons give the heavy punch needed to blast a path for the Panzer divisions. The components of the Nazi Blitzkrieg machine are ready. Now comes the challenge of setting the machine in motion and controlling it on the battlefield.